Back from the dead.
Welcome to the party, pal. I've got some goodies from MILLCREEK to discuss, so let's jump right in. First of all, I love these. The design, the idea behind the design here is just excellent. Definitely reminds me of the video store days, because that's obviously what it's supposed to do. But the detail here is amazing, and also it doesn't hurt that I actually did rent Renegades on VHS back in the day. I love this movie. I haven't seen it in forever. Kiefer and Lou Diamond reunited. Once again, this movie could be called Reunited or Reunion, the movie, because we also have Jamie Gertz in the film. So it's a Lost Boys reunion and a Young Guns reunion. I will say it's not a great movie. It's not an excellent buddy cop movie. It's okay. There's some really good action. Jack Shoulder directed. Really great chase scene in the film. Here we go. Really great chase scene in here that I think should be remembered. But for me, the biggest issue is that they're never a really good team. They just never feel like a really good, buddy cop movie. I mean, Kiefer's a cop, and Lou Diamond Phillips is an Indian, so they're not necessarily buddy cops. But it's that genre. The film's got some good action scenes, but I think it's just hampered by the fact that they're always at odds. But here it is, available on Blu-ray for the first time from MILLCREEK. I would say, yes, don't miss, worth seeing. It's definitely one that is worth seeing. If you remember Renegades, if you enjoy it, if you have any fond memories for it, I think you will enjoy the ride. Next up, we have Kevin Sorbo. We're not going to discuss his politics right now.
Wait a minute.
But he is called the Conqueror. This is obviously a Conan ripoff, but you do get a 30-day guarantee, apparently. I do, again, love the design work of the VHS tapes. It definitely adds to the retro feel. That's what they're going for, and I hope they continue this line of titles. Not my favorite sword and sorcery movie. It's good. It's a decent film. It's got a really fun cast. Tia Carrera, Thomas Ian Griffith is in this. Who directed this? Let's see if I can focus on here. Directed by, can't even read that name, John Nicolola. Okay, I don't know who that is, but very well directed. It's a good looking film, but not my favorite. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. This is a Region A release. I would say if you're into sword and sorcery, if you haven't seen it, here you go. It's on Blu-ray. It never looked better. But it's not the best. I honestly cannot give it 100% thumbs up. But if you're a Kevin Sorbo fan and you want to see, him be sort of a more badass Hercules, then here you go. Call the Conqueror.
Disappointed!
Next up, Casual Sex, starring the amazing Leah Thompson and Victoria Jackson. I am a big fan of both of these lovely ladies, and it was nice to revisit this film. I hadn't seen it since, back in the HBO days when anything with sex in the title got my interest. This, unfortunately, does not age well. I do, again, love the slip with the VHS poking out there. The film doesn't age well. The humor is pretty flat. It does have a pretty excellent performance by Andrew Dice Clay there as Leah Thompson's surprise love interest. The film is a fairly flat rom-com about two girls wooking Panub, as Buckwheat would say, in a place called the Oasis Resort, where single people meet and hope to mingle and hope to find a love match. Not as fun as I would have wanted it to be, and it's got this weird wraparound narration, breaking the fourth wall gimmick that I just don't think works for the movie. It's not great. It doesn't age well. I can't 100% recommend it, but if let's say you have a lovely lady in your life, your spouse, your girlfriend, and she wants to watch something, 80s maybe that she hasn't seen in a while, she's never seen before, Casual Sex would make a good date night movie.
Nice.
What would make a good date night movie is Stripped Las Vegas, Real Lives Uncensored, a reality show style documentary on the lives of strippers in Las Vegas, which I gotta admit, the audience for this has gotta be very, very limited. Something I have to point out real quick, which caught my eye. Here it says approximate runtime 3 hours and 25 minutes. That blew my mind. And I knew that had to be a typo. And sure enough, it's not. It's an hour and 25 minutes. So that is quite a bit of a typo there that needs to be addressed. However, that's beside the point. We've got a 90-minute reality show interviewing 6 strippers. And we get to know as intimately as possible their daily routine, their life, all that good stuff. One thing I will point out, only because I think the audience for this is going to be super, super limited, is that there really is barely any nudity in this documentary, which doesn't make any sense to me. I would feel that that would be the selling point, that you would see these girls, undressed. And that you do, but it's very, very brief, and there are some stripper segments that pop in here and there, but mostly, as you see on the cover, they're wearing bikinis or they're dressed. And so if you're going into this, grabbing this because you want to see a lot of nudity, you're not going to get that. It is, like I said, essentially a 90-minute documentary on strippers. And I found it very dull, very boring, and kind of sad. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think this is worth your time. Even if this looks interesting to you, I don't think you're going to get what you think out of this one. However, I want to highlight this. Look at this. This is I Dream of Jeannie, the complete series on the Blue Rizzle right there. This is, of course, the famous series that I think even if you didn't grow up with it, you've seen it. You're familiar with I Dream of Jeannie, and what an honor to have it here in my collection. You wished for it. Now Jeannie made it come true. This is all 100. I'll just zoom in here so you guys can go and take a look at that. Feel free to pause and read all that. But all 139 episodes in 12 discs. No special features, of course, featuring Larry Hagman and Barbara Eden, the beautiful Barbara Eden as Jeannie. This is really great. I'm going to open this up for you so you can see what it looks like inside. There is no writing on it, unfortunately. No episode guide or any kind of booklet. It is just the discs themselves with the episodes written right on there, so you know what to expect. And you get, of course, every episode, as you would hope so. Every episode from the black and white era to the color era. And it's quite a bit of fun. They do look great. I'll say that the black and white ones don't look as crisp as I was expecting them to look, but the color ones look quite spiffy. Although, to be 100% honest, I don't think they look any different than if you just watched them on TV. But if you have wanted them in physical form, here they are. In a lovely little case. Beautiful little thing back there. And yeah, unfortunately, no special features, which I was kind of bummed about. No. Anyway, I'll be honest, I didn't see the whole series. I didn't see all 139 episodes. I just don't have the time for that. But from my quick look through, I did not find any special features worth noting. If there are, I do apologize for missing them. But unfortunately, time is limited with these things, and I cannot spend 139 episodes with Jeannie, even though I will eventually try and make time for it. So this is really great. I Dream of Jeannie, seasons 1 through 5, the complete series. The last episode's a little weird because it doesn't even feel like a last episode. It's about chili, which I thought was strange. But the first episode is really great. It's in black and white and it really sets up the franchise. I enjoyed that because I don't think I'd ever seen that first episode. Barbara Eden, what a knockout. God damn, what a knockout. And this is a beautiful set, and I can't wait to spend more time dreaming of Jeannie.
Oh, God, it's so good.
Next up, Josie and the Pussycats. This is the 20th anniversary edition. Pretty insane that this movie is 20 freaking years old. Also pretty insane that anybody really gives a crap. When this was first announced, I was shocked. Everybody was ecstatic about the goddamn Josie and the Pussycats Blu-ray. Well, it's been years, about 20 years for me, since I've seen Josie and the Pussycats. I saw it in theaters back in the day. And I was kind of cold on it. But I said, let me rewatch it. And you know what? I loved it. This is actually a really fun movie. Really smart, really engaging, and very unique. Almost Wayne's World good, which shocked the heck out of me. This is something that is kind of a treat for MILLCREEK because, as you'll see, I'm going to get the camera to focus there. It comes with special features. And I am very, very impressed. You got a feature commentary with the directors there. Two directors, Deborah Kaplan and Harry Elfont, who also were the writers. Backstage pass, behind-the-scenes featurette, deleted scenes, Josie the Pussycat 3 Small Worlds music video, which is like the main song you hear in the movie like 1,000 times. The De Jure, a Backdoor Lover music video, which is a lot of fun. That's the band that preceded the Pussycats, Josie and the Pussycats, I should say, featuring Seth Green in that band. Really fun movie, really fantastic release. The movie looks great. It plays very well. It's very smart, very, I would say, whip smart, and very aware of what it is. It's not a movie that plays dumb like, for example, the Gem and the Holograms movie. This is a very intelligent film, and it's really all about, which is a shock to shit out of me that it was so intelligent. It plays with marketing. It plays with subliminal messages, and it doesn't just tell a rock band story. It tells a very almost conspiratorial story that if you were to read into it, you could probably see a lot of potentially Illuminati type things, but I'm not going to go down that road. Josie and the Pussycats, highly recommend it. It looks great. If you have any interest at all, pick it up. You're going to love it.
You have my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Let's talk forgotten 80s comedies. This is Splitting Heirs. In my opinion, the Eric Idle Show. Written by Eric Idle, starring Eric Idle. Special appearance by John Cleese there. He's over there in the corner with looking all spooky with a knife. You got Rick Moranis, Barbara Hershey, and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Very young Catherine Zeta-Jones. I believe this is right before she did The Phantom, where she, in my opinion, this one she really kind of broke out. Very interesting film about babies switched at birth. Eric Idle and the amazing Rick Moranis in a performance, in a role that you've never seen him before, as sort of a confident asshole. You never would have imagined Rick Moranis playing a confident asshole in such a perfect way. He is just so damn good in this movie as the baby switched at birth. It's complicated. I don't want to get into the details because there's so much happening in this movie that it's just going to bog down this review. Needless to say, this is a very, very funny movie. Feel free to pause and read the back there for more details. Very, very, very funny movie about Eric Idle's character, Tommy, trying to basically discovering that he is the long-lost baby that was kidnapped in infancy and switched with Rick Moranis' character, and he should really be the Duke. And he does everything he can do to be said Duke, and that means trying to take out Rick Moranis. Poor little Rick Moranis. Now, Barbara Hershey plays his mother, so it's kind of a little strange casting thing there, but whatever, that's fine. It's the 80s, you can kind of forget it. Eric Idle sort of paints himself as sort of a sexy stud in this movie where all the girls want to bang him, but whatever, you let it. It's fine. It's his movie. He can say that Barbara Hershey and Catherine Zeta-Jones want to bang him. That's fine. Eric, you're funny enough. I'm gonna let you go with that. I did watch this with Mistress Cass, and she was not a fan of that. She thought it was sort of a vanity piece for poor Eric Idle there. I did enjoy this movie. It looks great. It plays very well. I think I don't think it aged poorly at all. I don't think this is the kind of movie that you'd make one nowadays, but I do think it's a lot of fun, and I think you would enjoy it. If you're curious at all, I say grab it. You're going to have a good time.
Well, duh.
Last, but certainly not least, the Randolph Scott Collection, 12 Classic Westerns. Holy cats, look at this thing. This is amazing. Now, I'm normally a big spaghetti Western guy. I don't love American Westerns as much, but I do like Randolph Scott. And I was so thrilled to have a chance to explore this box set and see more of his films. I was familiar with a handful of them. Tall T, of course, is the most famous, in my opinion, directed by Bud Bedecker. But I was able to spend some time with this box set, and I gotta say, you need it. You need this in your collection. My standout favorites are Hangman's Knot with Donna Reed. Fantastic, really suspenseful siege picture where Randolph Scott plays a bad guy. The Stranger Wore a Gun was originally filmed for 3D, so there's a lot of 3D gimmicks in that. Really good cast in that. I also really liked Ride Lonesome and Comanche Station. I think Claude Akins appears in Comanche Station, and he's really good in it. I think Ride Lonesome is a little better. They're on the same disc. Of course, Tall T is the standout. That's sort of the big one that most everybody knows. Most of the films on here are about 80 minutes, which is nice. Some of them are even 70, 73 minutes. So it's very easy to binge this whole dang thing. I'm going to open it up and show you what it looks like inside here. There's a little slippy, and you've got the 12 Classic Movies Emery case. I took this out just so I could show you separately. There is the Randolph Scott movie guide with, of course, information and bonus features. Yes, there are bonus features on this disc. I'll highlight that real quick. Not every disc has bonus features, but a handful do. For example, you've got the commentary tracks for Tall T with Courtney Joyner, my buddy C. Courtney Joyner. You got Buchanan Rides Alone, Hangman's Knot, which is, I think, my personal favorite, has a commentary track, as well as The Stranger Wore a Gun. That's the 3D one. So you get commentary tracks for 4 of the films, 4 of the 12. That's great. There's the man, the myth, the legend. And then the booklet has just a little write-up about the movies. It really just a little write-up. You get a little blurb about the plot, the cast. You know, the Nevadan I didn't love. It was okay. The Desperados is really good. Glenn Ford. There's a lot of returning actors in this. You're going to see a lot of the same people over and over again. God, Lee Marvin is in a ton of these. Ernest Borgnine is in a whole bunch of these. I think he's maybe just in one of them, but really good cast. Really good cast of just well-known actors throughout this entire sequence. Feel free to pause if you'd like to read that by my buddy C. Courtney Joyner. He wrote that little essay there. This is the man, the myth, the legend, Randolph Scott. I'll show you how the movies come packaged. You know, it's no-frills packaging, but it's fine. You just want the films, and they look really good for the most part. I will say the 3D one, The Stranger Wore a Gun, looks a little rough, and it's probably just an elements issue overall. That might just be it. The films come 2 to a disc. Hangman's Knot, that's my favorite. Tall T, Lawless Street. Lawless Street's really good too, actually. These are really enjoyable films. And if you are at all a fan of John Wayne or just classic American Westerns, or Westerns in general, I think you owe it to yourself to check this box set out. To me, it's phenomenal stuff, and stuff that I'm going to be revisiting because I really enjoyed my time. I didn't get a chance to listen to all the commentary tracks, but I will go back, and it adds to the rewatch ability of this box, because now I can go and experience the film with experts beyond just enjoying it myself. So this is it. This is the last part of our my big epic Mill Creek Monday dig in of all these beautiful things that they've sent me to review, and I'm honored and pleased to be able to bring you my thoughts on said film. So if I were to pick one thing to get from this entire video, right here, save the best for last. Okay, my friend, thank you so much for joining me. This has been your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos. If you're new here, do consider subscribing. If you do, we'll meet again. Until that time, signing off for now.